America is all about pleasures and fun. Shalom. First and foremost, giving God praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Now, I wanted to do a video on how this country, which is America, is all about pleasures and fun, which will further prove that America is Babylon in the Holy Scriptures. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. I don't want to do too much explaining, so it's better if I just let the lesson speak. Ezekiel 38 verse 11. And thou shalt say that thou is talking about Gog and Magog, which modern day Gog and Magog would be Russia. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. The land of unwalled villages is talking about the United States of America. And as a matter of fact, it's a well-known fact that a country can basically enter the soils of America from just about any angle of this country, because there's really no walls protecting this country from outside invasions. So it says that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. So America is the land of unwalled villages. Now, the first word I would like to look up is shaquat. As you see right there, shaquat. That is the Hebrew word for rest. And here, what do we see? To be quiet. You people here in America, you're at quietness. You don't have to worry about rockets flying into your building and taking out 3 of your children or taking you out. You don't have to worry about that. Be tranquil, which tranquil means to be at peace. Like it tells you right here, be at peace. Be quiet. You see, in these third world countries, it's constant chaos. People cannot lay their heads down in these third world countries without a car bomb going off, without a suicide bomber trying to take out a whole crowd of people, without a U.S. drone strike taking out neighborhoods of people. You people don't have to worry about that here in America. Rest, lie still, be undisturbed. You can watch a movie on Netflix. You can go to the movie theaters. You can go to the amusement park and all of these fun family feud centers without having to worry about being disturbed. Without having to worry about being disturbed by drone strikes or grenades, random grenades, or a random car bomb going off on a highway. You don't have to worry about those things. You can pretty much buy a coffee from Starbucks or from Tim Hortons. Drive on your way to work, and you don't have to worry about planes being shot out of your airspace and landing in front of you. You don't have to worry about that. So you guys are dwelling safely, to be quiet, be undisturbed, be undisturbed. And something else about the chaos in these Middle Eastern country is, you got people that are literally hunting for other people and basically shooting them, rather if they're asleep, Rather if they're awake. These people over in these third world countries, they have to constantly be on their guard. And guess who's responsible for that? The United States of America. Meanwhile, over here in America, you ain't got to worry about any of those things. You don't have to worry about any of those things. You ain't got to worry about your home being invaded and while you're asleep, somebody, shooting you in your sleep. You ain't got to worry about that. Somebody planting bombs in your vicinity and setting them off. You ain't got to worry about that. Like these third world countries do. To be at peace. To be quiet. Be inactive. To show quietness. Especially in these Edomite neighborhoods. It be super quiet. And a lot of them keep their doors unlocked. They keep their blinds open. Because they're not worried about somebody trying to go in their house and steal their stuff. So they're at rest. Quietness, calls quietness, pacify, allay. Right here we have appease. So now let's go back. Because this is only the beginning. It gets even more interesting. So here it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. Let's look up this word safely. And it goes back to the Hebrew word batach. Batach, as you see right there. And what do you see? Security, safety, securely, right? Now we know that concerning safety, right? We know that in 2 Thessalonians, we know that in the book of 1 Thessalonians, the first chapter, it says, when they shall say peace and safety, right? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. See, that's why sudden destruction is going to come upon you people here in America. Because peace and safety is in your mind. You don't think anything bad could ever happen to America. Now, if we go back to, let me see, what was that? The root? Was that the root word? Yeah, this is the root word etymology. If we come over here to the root word etymology, what do we see? We see trust. Okay. Now in Isaiah, right? What is that? It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and trust in horses," something along those lines. So it says to trust, and that's really talking about our people. Okay, to trust in, to have confidence, be confident, to be bold, to be secure. You people, you're secured here. Okay, it says to cause to trust, make secure, to feel safe, and what do we see right here? Be careless. Right? Now, the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear careless is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 8. Be careless. Let's see what the scriptures have to say about being careless. Isaiah 47 and 8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Okay, so let's look this up, because America is given to pleasures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up the word pleasure. And if you notice, this word pleasure is similar to Idan, which is where you get Eden from. Okay? Now here, the Hebrew word is Idayan. So it's much similar to the word Idan, which the word Idan means paradise. What comes with paradise? Pleasures. Joy, happiness. So this is not talking about the actual, Idan, which goes back to Eden. This is idayan, which means voluptuous. Now, if we go to Google and we type in, let's type in voluptuous. Let's look up the word let's look up the definition for voluptuous. Okay? Because again, when John the Revelator, when he first saw this woman, he saw her as this voluptuous woman, which is curvaceous and sexually attractive. So this was a beautiful woman that John the Revelator saw in this vision, you know. But he didn't know that that woman was talking about America, the land of America. Okay, and here what do you see? Typically used of a woman. Now, if we come down here, right, it says relating to or characterized by luxury or sensual pleasure. Now, before I look up luxurious, right, let's look up some of these words down here, which also pertains to voluptuous. Hedonistic is a really good word. Let's look into hedonistic. Okay, so this is hedonistic from google.com. You see up here, turn this up. Hedonistic. And what do you see here? Engaged in the pursuit of pleasure, sensually self-indulgent. Okay, so it says in the pursuit of pleasure. And that's what you people, your primary focus when you wake up, especially you Edomites, your primary focus when you wake up is to be in the pursuit of pleasure. And they give some examples down here. A hedonistic existence of drink, drugs, and parties. You see that? So when you Edomites, as well as you niggers, when y'all wake up, your first priority is to engage in the pursuit of alcoholic drinks, drugs, and parties. And especially you Edomites, y'all are heavy into those parties and drugs, especially the ones of you that are rich and wealthy. Okay, a lot of you Edomites that are rich and wealthy, you don't have to worry about going to work. When you wake up, your first priority is to drink alcohol, get on the bong, sniff cocaine, you know, smoke crack, smoke meth, get on the bong. And then after you do that, what do? You might get on some video games. Because I see it on Twitch all the time. A lot of you Edomites, you'll do some kind of drug and then you'll literally just sit there all day playing video games with your friends online. Call of Duty, Fortnite, Overwatch. So you people who are of the world, you're hedonistic. You're engaged in the pursuit of pleasures, the pleasures of this kingdom. You know, the ones of you that are wealthy, that are rich, you know, y'all throw house parties, you'll play music, y'all drink beers together. You know, you might have some women come over. We all know what the whole purpose of women coming over is for. So y'all can talk, have a good time, and then eventually you'll take her back to her room and pop her. You'll have sex with her. And that goes on all the time at parties. Okay? And a matter of fact, when you look up the word sensual, right? Because it says sensually self-indulgent. So let's look up the word sensual. Okay, sensual. It says relating to or involving gratification or the senses and physical, especially sexual pleasure. So that goes on a lot in this kingdom. Like it tells you in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7, you know, as a matter of fact, we get it right here. Then I continue reading these definitions, because that goes on all the time amongst the rich and wealthy. You know, they'll throw house parties, they'll listen to music, they'll invite over a bunch of women. You know, they'll all be feeling good off the alcohol, off the drugs. And then right before you know it, you know, oh boy, especially if a woman really likes a man, her first priority is automatically going to be to seduce him and to going into one of those bedrooms inside of his mansion, his rich mansion. And you already know what's going to go on in that room. Matthew, let's see, chapter 24, verse 37. Matthew 24, verse 37. Okay, it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, so verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, now in this day and age, when the flood comes, the flood is going to come in the form of martial law, concentration camps, cannibalism, torture, murder bots, robots programmed to hunt down and kill people. The flood is going to come in the form of vicious animals roaming the streets like tigers, bears, cougars, jaguars, leopards, lions, wolves, you name it. Silverbacks, okay? There's going to be murder hornets roaming around looking for people to kill, okay? And the Lord is going to open up the dimension and allow outer worldly creatures to come in to this realm and terrorize and kill you people, like it shows you in that movie The Mist. Okay, the flood is also going to come in the form of monstrous apparitions, race wars, civil wars, economy collapse, financial collapse, cannibalism, famine, disease, warfare, FEMA camps, guillotines, people being separated from their families, okay, natural disasters, you name it. That's how the flood is going to come in this time. And then ultimately, America is going to be invaded by Russia and China, like how they show you in the movie Red Dawn 1, which was about America being invaded by Russia. Red Dawn 2 was about America being invaded by China. And during the invasion, they're going to be killing people here on the soils of America, because they already don't like Americans. They have a strong dislike for Americans, which is where you get hate from. These Russians and these Chinese troops, these Russian and Chinese people, they hate Americans. Those North Koreans, they hate Americans. And Esau, the so-called elites, they're going to allow the UN troops to get busy on you people here in America. The ones who refuse to give up your guns, there's going to be a lot of shootouts. You see? So that's how the flood is going to come in this time. And ultimately, the flood is going to come in the form of the intercontinental ballistic nuclear destruction. Because there's going to be a World War III, there's going to be a mandatory draft, and during World War III, which is going to escalate into a nuclear war, okay, those intercontinental ballistic missiles are going to be shot up in the sky, and guess what? When they rain back down on the earth, they're going to release multiple nuclear warheads, which is going to fall down upon this country and completely annihilate this place. For as in the days that were before the flood, right? So before these prophecies come to pass, they were eating and drinking. What is eating and drinking synonymous with? Partying. Because that's what people love to do. Okay? You might drink some alcohol, you might drink some beer, you know, and then you might get a little hungry. You might eat something, and then you might go and have sex. Because, I mean, come on, who doesn't like to have sex after drinking? So, eating and drinking is a metaphor for partying. When Noah was out there prophesying, these people were in the spirit of partying. Partying, drinking. Drinking what? Drinking water? No, they was drinking alcohol. Okay? So they were eating and drinking. They were partying. Marrying. What is marriage? Sex. Okay? The word marry means to bind. Okay? Well, when you bind something, it becomes one. A man and a woman become as one through the act of sex. And the child that comes out of that woman constitute the marriage. Because that child is made from the flesh and bones of his mother and his father. So even during the time of Noah, people were having sex, and they were given in marriage. And that's heavy here in America. All these damn porn industries, all these house parties that go on. Even Jake in the Hood, he's constantly on websites trying to get a piece of ass. So America is given into sex, partying, pleasures, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So when the elect enters into the spiritual ark, which is the secret place of the Most High, Psalms 91 verse 1, the secret place of the Most High, which is the really when the elect enters into the spiritual ark, which is that spiritual ark, it is really that hedge, because once the elect is sealed, the Lord is going to allow this hell to break loose. We know that the elect is going to have a hedge around them, because like it says in Psalms 34 and 7, the Lord's going to those that fear the Lord, the angels are going to deliver them. But it starts with calling on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and bringing it to remembrance the things which the Lord said he would do for his servants, like Apostle Gabar said in that video he did, bringing it into remembrance. Okay? So while you people are out there giving into pleasures, the pleasures of Babylon, this destruction is going to come upon you unawares, like it tells you in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as a travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And when the Lord visits the earth, he's going to visit the earth through the prophecies that are written throughout the Holy Scriptures. And then the Father will send him back to physically manifest himself in the physical realm, so he could deliver his elect men from the nuclear destruction. So let's come back over here now. So you people are hedonistic. You're sexually self-indulgent. You're indulged into the pleasures of Babylon. So let's go back now. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Let's look up indulgent. Okay, having or indicating a tendency to be overly generous to or lenient with someone. Okay, then you have self-indulgent. Let's go back. Now, the next word I want to look into is decadent. This is also another good one. So this is decadent right here. Okay? Characterized by or reflecting a state of moral or cultural decline. And that's America. Everybody's going through a cultural decline. Everybody's going through a moral decline here in the United States of America, which is Babylon. So how do you know when somebody is morally declining? When they're given into drugs, okay? When they're given to alcohol, when they're just undisciplined, you know, even at some of these parties, you know, you got a lot of homosexuality that goes on. You know, men freaking out with other men at these parties. And it don't even have to be a party. They could just get together and freak off somewhere. You see? You know, you got men committing sodomy against women. You got orgies that go on sometimes, especially amongst these clubs and these different parties. You see, you got orgies that go on. Orgies, you know, 3 men with men. Sometimes it'll be 5 men with men. Okay, it'll be 3 men on 1 woman. Moral decline. Mass adultery going on. Moral decline. People smoking. Moral decline. Men shaving off their beards. Moral decline. You know, you got men with long hair. Moral decline. You know, at some of these clubs, some of these bars, some of these house parties, you know, they'll sell you pork. Moral decline. They'll sell you shrimp. Shrimp seems to be pretty popular at some of these house parties. They'll sell you shrimp. They have lobster there. You know, catfish. They'll have crab fingers. Moral decline. People celebrating these American holidays. Moral decline. So this whole country is in a moral decline. You know, people just want to party. You know, they want to take ecstasy. They want to be strung out on drugs. You know, they want to party with the lights off, having a disco ball light on. You got people yelling and you know, clapping and jumping. You're just overly excited. Dancing. Women dancing on more than one man. Broken marriages, broken households. So this whole fucking country is in a moral decline. Okay, down here we have what? A person who is luxuriously self-indulgent. Let's look up the word luxurious. This all describes Babylon, which is America. Luxurious. It says extremely comfortable. That's you people here in America. You know, like I said before, you know, the average person, when they wake up, especially these wealthy and rich people, when they wake up, their first priority is to indulge into the pleasures of Babylon. You know, like, you know, as soon as you wake up, your first priority is to smoke a blunt, get on the bong, and then you'll hop on your PS4 your PS5, you might hop on your Xbox 720, and then you'll play Call of Duty all fucking day. You'll play Overwatch all day, Fortnite all day. There's many of these different games that you just play all day. From the time you wake up to the time you get off, from the time you stop live streaming. Playing Crash Bandicoot all day. You know? Some of y'all party all fucking day. Okay, you might have a rich mansion and you might have a gigantic swimming pool somewhere in your backyard. You know? Got women diving in your swimming pool topless with just their undies on. You know, every day is a fucking party to these goddamn wealthy Edomites, to these rich Edomites. And especially you Jakes. You know, whenever you got some time off, you're indulging into the pleasures of Babylon. So you people are living luxuriously. Okay? Extremely comfortable. You people are extremely comfortable here in America. These people in these other countries, they don't have it like that. Those Europeans are down there freezing right now. Meanwhile, you got heat in your home. You got a fucking Christmas tree in your place. You know, you might be sitting in your warm, cozy socks, watching all kind of Christmas music, watching all kind of Christmas movies with your children. The Nightmare Before Christmas, Alice in Wonderland. They're playing all kind of Christmas cartoons and shit. Comfortable. Just you and your children just sitting down, watching these various Christmas movies on a 70-inch flat screen TV on your wall. Sitting on your nice warm little couch. You got all the heat here. Meanwhile, you got Russians training for World War III. You got Russians who's gearing their mind for war. You got Europeans who are starting to hate America because of the condition they're in. They're down there freezing. You know, Iran, you know. You think they're living comfortably? No. You know, they're in the mindset of anything can happen to them at any moment because they're constantly being persecuted by them small hats, those so-called Israelis. You know, these Arabian countries. You know, there's just constant chaos going on down there. Constant chaos. Constant shootouts. Constant drone strikes. Constant car bombings. Suicide bombings. Do you think they're comfortable down there? No. They're in mourning. Same thing with Africa. You know, they're being flooded. They're completely impoverished down there. Plus 90% of their resources have been taken by the United States of America. So America is the only country that is living luxuriously. So it says extremely comfortable, elegant, or enjoyable. You know, if you're out in the world, this world is going to seem enjoyable to you. You're going to be smoking weed, playing video games, You know, you could be taking shrooms. You know, you're going to be enjoying all of the weird color patterns on the walls. You know, you're going to be enjoying the adverse effects. You know, because when you rich, women are automatically bound to come to you. So y'all living it up. Okay, it says especially in a way that involves great expense. And who can afford that kind of money? Rich people. And the most richest people on the planet are who? The Edomites. So-called white people. Okay, and right here, what do we have? We have costly. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind when I see the word costly is this. Let's go to Google. Let's see, Bible. By the costly. Costliness of her delicacies. Okay, delicacies. Bible by the costliness of the delicacies. Just take me to it. Okay. You see, central F here and type in cost. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Revelation chapter 18 verse 19. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, which is Babylon the Great, which is America, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. Okay? By reason of her costliness. By reason of her luxuries. You see that? So in 1 hour, the Lord is going to make this country desolate. Okay? For in 1 hour is she made desolate. In 1 hour is she made desolate. So this country is known for being luxurious, extremely comfortable, elegant, enjoyable, especially in a way that enjoys great expense. And here, what do we have? Giving self-indulgence or sensuous pleasures, which the word sensuous means sexually. So now let's go back. Now that we looked up the word luxurious. So in 1 hour, the luxury of this country is going to come to naught. Voluptuous. And this all comes from the definition of voluptuous from Isaiah 47:8 under the word pleasure. So now let's look up intemperate. And the scriptures speak about being intemperate. So here, intemperate, right? From google.com, it says, having or showing a lack of self-control, immoderate. And you people here in America, you lack self-control. That's why a lot of you are fat. You know, there should be no reason why you weighing 500 pounds and you're fat. Okay? Especially you Edomites. You know, you get to eating one bowl of ice cream and then you'll literally go and eat the whole fucking container. It just no self-control. You know, you wake up and you're literally indulging in chicken and eggs and bacon and sausages and hash browns, and you know, and then once you're done with that, you got to go get four more plates. You know, Jake see a beautiful woman, you know, and he knows that she has a man, but he can't control himself. So now he goes, he gets her number, and right before you know it, they chilling at her crib, and now he's popping her. No fucking self-control, man. You know? You know, you people, you just partying every day, man. No self-control. You know, when you drink alcohol, you're just all day, every day. You're just indulging in it. You know, you're drinking alcohol. You know, you're doing drugs. No self-control. Alcohol, drugs, partying, snorting crack, no self-control. People rooting you on, yelling and hollering and shit in the house, rooting you to see how long you can smoke the bong as long as possible before falling to the ground. No self-control. And you're not even supposed to be doing drugs. That's witchcraft. You're not supposed to be selling drugs. That's witchcraft. But again, because you have no self-control, you're just going to do it anyway. The scriptures speak about being moderate when you drink. But no, you want to chug a whole entire can of beer before you can finally get started on your next one. No self-control. So you people here in America, you lack self-control. Okay, immoderate. And that's pretty much what immoderate is. No control of yourself. Okay, and right here it says given to or characterized by excessive indulgence, especially in alcohol. There you go, intemperate. Okay, pleasure seeking. That goes back to being hedonistic. Okay, let's look up immoderate. Let's see what immoderate means. Not sensible or restrained, excessive. That's you people here in America. Once again, man, you're not restrained. You know, you feel like enough just can't be enough. You know, you see a basket of candy and you're literally eating like 30 pieces of chocolate. No restraint. You know, your mother might have baked a cake for you. You know, you damn near ate more than half the cake in under an hour. Okay? Your parents might have made some cookies for you. You know, most of them cookies are gone because you couldn't control yourself. But then you wonder why obesity and cancer and type 2 diabetes is at an all-time high here in America. Because you people ain't got no restraint. No restraint. The things you do is not sensible. It's excessive. Okay, right here we have unrestricted, uncontrolled. That's why you guys play video games all day. Because you ain't got no restraint. You ain't got no control. You're just excessive. Because what you do is, you'll get high, and then you'll just be playing video games all day, live streaming, showing yourself on Twitch, playing Overwatch, Call of Duty, Fortnite. That's basically your whole life. And then you'll be playing with other friends who'll be on there with you all day. And that's especially high amongst you Edomites. What do we see down here? Carnal, fleshly. So the pleasures of America is fleshly. Matter of fact, let me see. Is that First John? Let me see something. Something carnal. The scriptures speak about carnality. You people here in America are the most carnal. So let me see. It might be the 3rd chapter. Okay, beautiful. Found it. The word carnal means flesh. So let's start at 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So all of you niggas that love the world, the love of the Father is not in you. You calling yourself a Christian, but you still celebrating Thanksgiving, you still celebrating Halloween, you still celebrating Christmas, Columbus Day. Guess what, man? The love of the Father is not in you, and he's going to destroy you. Okay? For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. So that's beautiful. Okay? So the word voluptuous also means to be carnal. So a lot comes with the word voluptuous. Pleasure seeking, pleasure loving. Because the people of the world, they love pleasure. They're giving into it. They're going to the movies damn near every day. They're having house parties. If they're not going to the movies, to the movie theaters every day, you better best believe they're holding a house party. They're holding a get-together where they all can freak off and do all manner of wickedness. And if they're not doing that, then they're going to clubs. They're going to family feud centers. Or they might have a drug party. They might drink and play music and snort coke. They might do opium. They might take a needle and inject crack into their body. So all that voluptuous, that describes America to a T. Voluptuous. Okay? It also means what? Given to sexual pleasures. Okay? This place is morally declining. And you also got lascivious right here, which salacious is actually a bit similar to lascivious. Salacious, right? It says having or conveying undue or inappropriate interest in sexual matters. Inappropriate interest in sexual matters, which, like for an example, pornographic, that's salacious. Threesomes, so that is salacious. Committing sodomy. You got men blowing the rod of other men. Salacious. Okay? Lewd. That's salacious. Indelicate. Salacious. Crude. Salacious. And the porn industry is high amongst that, man. And that's another thing too, man. So at some of these house parties, they love playing porn. Why? To get the men and the women to be sexually active toward one another. So what? So they can freak off with them, or so the men can freak off with other men. So this country is voluptuous. Okay, so like voluptuous, what do you see right here? It says given to pleasures. So let's go back. So America is all about pleasures and fun. Okay, so Isaiah 47:8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwell carelessly. You see, because these people don't have a care in the world. All they care about is indulging in their own pleasures. Okay, which that's why I'm going to get 1 Thessalonians the 5th chapter next. That says in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Because at the end of the day, okay, the vast majority of the pleasures that America offers you is no more than sorceries and enchantments. Drugs, that's sorcery. Okay, opium, meth, okay, crack, the bong, weed, smoking, edibles, okay, porn, listening to lewd music, committing sodomy, men working that with men, which is unseemly. All that is sorcery. It is all enchantments. A man shaving off his face, sorcery, enchantments. A man lining himself up, a man with long hair, sorcery, enchantments. A woman dressing all sexually provocative, wearing extra tight shirts, wearing yoga pants so her butt can jiggle when she walked. Sorcery, enchantments. So this country is all about pleasure. But let's see what the scriptures got to say about what's going to happen to those that are caught up in their pleasures. 2 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 1. Okay, it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know. Now, when Paul said brethren, he was talking to the elect. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right. When does a thief come back? A thief normally comes back when somebody is asleep. Now, if you're indulging into the pleasures of Babylon, that means you are asleep. Because whenever you're asleep, that's when you're the most comfortable. That's when, because when you're asleep and you're having a dream, okay, dreams could be very pleasurable. So these people who are asleep, they're all caught up in their own pleasures. Because they are asleep, they're dreaming. Especially our people. So while you people are busy sleeping, dreaming, being all caught up in your pleasures, the thief is going to strike. And when the Lord strike as a thief, it's going to start with the prophecies that I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, which is going to come in the form of Jacob's trouble, which is mainly going to come upon Jake, but is also going to come upon you people. Because your place is going to get raided by martial law. They're going to tell you to get on the ground, you know. And you people, you're not going to have a clue what's going on. Wait, why is this happening? You're going to be partying one day and one of the martial law troops is going to throw a smoke screen through your window and raid your home. Take you out of your home, put you in a concentration camp. You know? And you know what they're going to tell you? If you want to continue to live your life out in society, you're going to have to take the CHIP, the C-HIP. And a lot of you people, you're going to do it just so you can continue to live your life in pleasure here in Babylon. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because that sudden destruction is going to come in the form of those intercontinental ballistic missiles, which is going to rain down upon everybody that have the MOTB inside them. That's going to rain down upon everybody that have the CHIP inside them. Because a lot of you niggas, you're going to take the CHIP just so you can go back to living your vain ass life in America. So that sudden destruction is going to come in the form of those nuclear warheads, which is going to rain down upon every single one of you that have the CHIP inside you. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 15. Because you people here in America, you're not in the right mindset. You're not in the mindset of, oh shit, war can break out at any moment. America could be invaded at any moment. You know, there could be a terrorist attack, a inside job attack done by the U.S. government. You know, you're not in that mindset. Okay? Your mindset is peace and safety. As a matter of fact, I should have looked up that word, peace and safety. Just for edification's sake, let's look up that word, peace and safety. But when they shall say peace and safety, I bet that word safety is going to go back to, okay, so this is in the New Testament. But when they shall say peace and safety, let's look up peace first. Okay, a state of national tranquility. Okay, again, tranquility is peace. You people are at peace here. Exemption from the rage and havoc of war. You're not going, America ain't going, this country is not under the attack of a war. Peace between the individuals. Oh, that's especially high amongst these rich folks. These rich and wealthy folks, there's peace between them. That's why the scriptures tell you that they're not in trouble as other men. It's the so-called elites, who are the most richest people on the planet, they're not worried about anything that goes on up here. Security, safety, prosperity, felicity. Because peace and harmony make and keep things safe and prosperous. Okay? Of the way that leads to peace. See, all this fits you people here in America, man. This is the mindset that you have. Your mind is in a state of tranquility. So now let's look up
Strong's G 803 Asphalia.
Asphalia, which almost sound like folly. Asphalia. So it's Asphalia. Safety, okay? says firmness, stability, certainty, undoubted truth. What do we see here? Security from enemies and danger. That's the definition for safety in 1 Thessalonians 5:3. So, in the minds of these people, they're thinking that they're never going to be in danger of their enemies. No, their minds is the mindset that these people have here in America is that they have security from their enemies and dangers. So they don't believe that anything bad is going to come upon the souls of America. But you better think again, because the Lord is going to make something happen. And what was that Greek word for peace? Let's look this up.
Strong's G 1515. Irene. Irene.
All right. Irene. Hate speaking Greek. Salak. Damn Greek language. Now let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 15. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 15. Shout against her round about, she have given her hand. How have America given her hand? Well, first off, by spreading themselves too thin, by having troops in so many different countries. Troops in South Korea, troops in Iran, well, troops on the borders of Iran. And there's like 60,000 plus troops over there. Okay, they got troops on the borders of Russia. They got troops in Ukraine. They got troops in Africa. They got troops in the southern regions of Europe. But she have also given her hand through what? Being given to pleasures. Because when you're given to pleasures, you're not thinking about war. You're not thinking about combat. That's why America is going to have to do a mandatory draft. Because people's going to love their lives so much here in America that they're not going to want to go to war. Okay? In the matter of fact, just real quick, let me see. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. And here it says, let me see. For witness, it says, because America is modern day Egypt. So this is what I'm gonna do just to avoid wasting time. Let's type this in. Bible, the men of Egypt have forborne to fight. What scripture is that? That's Jeremiah 51. Okay, so let's go back then. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30. Let's get it. Jeremiah 51 and 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Why? Because they're given to pleasures. Now, let me ask you, brothers, this: who have always mainly been known to be given to pleasures? Women. Women are known to indulge in pleasures. And we know what the scriptures say about a woman that is given to pleasures. She that liveth in pleasure while she liveth is dead. So if you're a man and you're given to the pleasures of Babylon, you're going to be as a woman. Because women are given to pleasures. So you're going to be likened unto a woman. So it says, the mighty men of Egypt have forborne to fight. Why? Because they are indulged in pleasures. They remain in their holds. Their might have failed. Right. Because what kind of man that's indulged in pleasures is going to want to go to war? Okay? He's going to love his life, so he's not going to want to go to the battlefield. It says, they became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. So the mighty men of Egypt have become as women. Especially over the fact that they have been effeminized through the food, through the chemtrails being sprayed in the air, namely estrogen. They putting soy in all your food, which also effeminizes you. Because I believe soy contains estrogen. Let's see. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. So the mighty men of Egypt have forborne to fight because they're too busy caught up in their pleasures, and they don't want to go to war because they're having too much fun with their life. Jeremiah 50, verse 15. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand. Her foundations are broken. She have given her hand. Okay? Because the men, these Edomite men are given to pleasures. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her. So whatever Babylon has dished out to America, whatever Babylon has dished out to these other countries around the world, is going to come right back on America. As she have done, do unto her. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.